Let's find some day trades, swing trades, and option trades. Hello, traders. It is Tuesday, August 11th. We are 3 hours into trading. Let's see what we got cooking today. First, I want to start off with a chart. I showed you this in my video last Friday, August 7th. Please go back and watch it to verify what I'm about to tell you. About 18 minutes into that video, I showed you this formation right now. This is GLD, gold. You can see this little doji candle right here. The next day we had this long red candle that is considered an evening star formation. Right in here on Friday, I said you should buy the GLD GLD September 18th, 185 puts. They were $3.45 bid, offered at $3.50. I suggested buying them for an overnight swing trade that gold was going to be dropping. Those options are up 100% today, and I have taken profits on them. So I do show you swing trades when I feel there's a really good swing trade setting up. Right now, I've been very passive on my swing trades. I feel that if you've got a stock that you're long, it finishes on its high of the day, the market finishes on its high of the day, you can hold it overnight, but I wouldn't camp out on those trades. Do not overstay your welcome. I don't like what I'm seeing in the market right now. I feel like we're in a bullish climax, and I feel that the downside risks are much greater than the upside rewards. I know everything's coming up roses right now. I know the market's been melting higher, but this is how bullish climaxes manifest. You get this big blow off rally, probably up to the all time high, and you have bullish speculators, buy. They rush in, and then all of a sudden the door gets slammed on them. When the market starts to sell off, they get flushed out very easily, and then that selling pressure builds on itself as trading programs kick in. These moves can happen very, very quickly. We've seen 100-point S&P 500 drops earlier in the year. Very, very possible. Very light market conditions. Volume is down. Light news cycle. We have all the major economic news behind us last week. Economic news was good. ISM manufacturing, ISM services good. Jobs numbers, they were okay, but they were starting to show some signs of weakness. Initial jobless claims is really the number that we need to watch every single week. They've been averaging about 1.1, 1.2 million per week. That is not a good sign. Also, I feel that right now, if President Trump had not done anything over the weekend as far as extending the federal portion of the unemployment benefits, that the market would have been down big yesterday. Probably would have seen follow through selling today. Congress doesn't seem very anxious to get together and to forge a stimulus bill. This is going to leave small businesses high and dry because the PPP is running out. The coronavirus has been spreading. The economic recovery has been very, very slow. So these businesses are going to have to lay off their employees because they don't have the business to justify keeping them on board. That PPP bridge would have helped them make that decision. We don't have it right now. So I feel that we're going to see some weakness over the course of the next few weeks here. I think that the market's ahead of itself. I think that time is what solves this problem. Stocks have to grow into their current valuations. I've mentioned another thing that we're seeing in the market right now. The laggards are the ones that are catching a bid. That is also typical of a bull market rally that's in its final stages. So we're seeing some profit taking in tech and a rotation into those laggards. Be very, very cautious in here with your longs. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can find some bullish swing trades. Again, this should be a very small position for you. I consider this to be a low probability trading environment, and I've got a really nice short that I'm going to show you. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. If this market does roll over, this is a stock I'm looking to short. This is the type of technical pattern that I'm also looking for. So we'll go in and take a look at the S&P 500. Here's how it plays out. I show you this day in and day out. Our 1OP indicator is what drives all of our decision making for our day trades intraday. This is the price action yesterday. I showed you this nice bearish cross right in here, right at the high of the day. We had a lower high, double top. That was a sign that we were going to definitely have a bit of weakness. There was a good shorting opportunity right there. 1OP indicator crosses right here, tells us that this is going to be a decent bounce off of this deep trough. Had a really nice rebound right in here. Another nice little sell signal. So on something like this, when you get this nice rally and you're long in here, and you start seeing this 1OP indicator spike, it tells you this is a time to start scaling out of your long positions. This indicator is early. This indicator is predictive. So does that mean that we short right away? No, we have to wait until there is confirmation. There we get a technical breakdown of that upward sloping trend line. You could get short in here with the notion that yes, things might roll over, but we see that the 1OP indicator very quickly right in here gives us another buy signal, and then we flatline. Now it's basically hovering around zero. There's not much to trade off of. So how did it do today? What signals was it showing us? We had this gap higher, mentioned to members in the chat room right out of the gate this morning. Gaps higher to a new relative high. We have to be very cautious with them because there is the potential for a gap reversal. Boom, got it right out of the gate here. They had this 1OP cross again right here. Not here, not here, right here on the high of the day. Let me use the crosshair tool. You can see that visually right there. That was a nice shorting opportunity. I shorted that. I made 80 cents on the S&P 500. Great trade. Got into a couple of short positions. I made $1 on ZM. And I also made about a dime on FSLY, which I think also sets up for a nice short. We came back, and to the penny, we filled in the gap right here. And we had this bullish cross right here on the 1OP indicator. Let me put it up again, right in here. A little bit late on this one, but we had confirmation because that downward sloping trend line had been breached. That was a nice little entry point for a long position right in there. So I did. I bought GSX, made $1 on that. And that's the only other stock that I've been long. I've been preferring to trade from the short side today. We got this bearish cross right here. Again, right at the high of the day. So I shorted the S&P here. I made 4 points on that trade. And I also shorted ZM. I made about 32 cents on that. And I also shorted CAT. I made 10 cents on that. So not a big gain there. The market is sideways. We're not getting a lot of price movement either way. We're stuck in the range. We can expect this for the next 3 weeks. We have Congress going into recess, so the political mudslinging is going to temporarily stop. We've got very little economic news. We have earnings season winding down. 90% of the S&P 500 has reported. Profits are down 33% on average, revenues down 11% on average, yet the market is right where it was back in February. We're 20 points away from an all-time high. But that bad quarter is completely being discounted, and there's a lot of optimism around Q3. Well, guess what? Q3 has not been that great because a lot of the states have retreated back to phase 3. In fact, the states that represent more than 50% of our GDP have gone back to phase 3. The good news is the coronavirus is starting to wane. The spread is starting to wane. The hospitalizations are starting to come in many areas of the country. Russia came out and said that they have a coronavirus and it's been tested. We also know that there are probably at least a dozen companies who say that they are very, very close to a vaccine. So things are improving on that front, but it's not likely that a vaccine will get to market this year. So we could still have a rough patch with the virus starting to resurface again in the fall. Let's take a look at the S&P 500, see where we're at. You can see how we are right up on that high right there. We've been drifting higher, very tiny little bodied candles that to me suggest resistance the whole way up. And I feel that we could see a nice test and then start to roll over as we bump along that upper all-time high. We can't short until we have a breakdown. Well, how do we know when we get the breakdown? We draw a trend line like that and we click that. That is our upward sloping trend line. I believe that's going to coincide pretty well with this upward sloping trend line as well. And let's see, yes, they almost mirror one another. So only a few S&P points between the two. As long as this uptrend line is intact and it's coming into play right around that high, which is SPY 324, 1, 2, two lines of resistance right there, upward sloping trend line coming in. 324 is the magic number on the SPY. As long as 324 is intact, I believe you've got to stay long and trade from the long side. We are doing so on a day trading basis, keeping our overnight swing trades very, very small. So we're still participating in this rally. We're just doing so manually, meaning hand-to-hand combat. Every day we're in there trying to find excellent stocks. Let's see what we've got going right now on the S&P 500. And you can see how we're trying to challenge the high of the day. We have this nice cross here. This is a bullish cross on the 10P indicator. We do need to get that breakout, but we might be able to get it. We've got low right there, higher low there. Nice upward sloping trend line right now. That's something that we can lean on. We're on the high of the day. We've got that bullish 10P cross. There's your upward sloping trend line. Don't short unless that's violated later in the day. So we'll be watching to see if we poke through. Now, the one thing that I am noticing on some of the bullish stocks today is that they have been pretty sluggish with regards to the laggards. Yesterday, they were off to the races. Boom, 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 no looking back. And BA was one that I showed you yesterday. This is one of my stocks of the day. You could see how it rallied nicely. And then it kind of flattened out for a little bit, but it closed on its high of the day. So I had mentioned market closes on high a day, stock closes on a high a day. You can hang on to it. Beautiful. Nice gain today, up about $10 overnight. So really nice. I think NKLA was another one that I showed you yesterday. That was right in here. I'd mentioned to you that I got in early, averaged by buying in here. I said it still looks good. I think it's going to continue to move higher. There we go. Beautiful rally off of that entry point right there that I showed in yesterday's video. Again, please go verify these prices. That was at roughly 41.50 when I said I like this stock on a daily basis. Stock was up 10% from that video yesterday. Make sure that you sign up for the YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of these videos. Every single video, I'm giving you great trade ideas. GLD was another one from Friday. So let's see what we can find today. Try and set ourselves up with some nice trades. And I wanted to show you RCL because it's another one where it's a laggard. I mean, this is a cruise line. And you can see how yesterday the stock was in go, 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 go mode right out of the gate. Super strong the entire day. Today, it gaps higher. Market is near its high of the day right now. You would expect this stock to be near the high of the day. It's not. That tells me that it's starting to run out of gas. So a lot of these laggards have run hard in the last week or so, and I think that they're starting to run out of momentum, especially as the market starts getting up near the all-time high, the SPY that is. So let's click through. Let's see what we've got. Heavy buying is going to be our best search. Relative strength 30 would be okay. Bull run's going to be another good search. Let's start there and take a look at that. Zanga was a short that I showed you yesterday. Sweet. That was a nice one. PLNT. That looks pretty dang good. Right there. Look at that breakout. Now, this is Planet Fitness, so they have physical workout facilities, downward sloping trend line, breach to the upside, closes near its high of the day. Good price action today. If it gets above that 100-day moving average, I think it's got room to go. Well, how do I take that news and make it into a trade? I click GTC, and I'm going to double click on that candle right there. Why that one? Because it happens to line up well with that 100-day moving average. And now on a GTC basis, whether it happens tomorrow or a week from now, I'm going to get an alert, and that'll probably be a pretty good entry point. I do like what I see in this stock right now. If the market breaks out, you bet I would be buying PLNT. That looks like a really nice looking chart to me. CRM, nothing there. I'm just going to go through the daily charts. I am also noticing weakness in tech stocks. and that is because there's rotation out of tech and into cyclicals, into the laggards. Qualcomm, nice. Higher low, right there, upward sloping trend line. Click that, click that. There's your upward sloping trend line. I would use that as a stop for this position. Qualcomm looks pretty darn good to me, though. I like the fact that it's bouncing. Ooh, we had big news right in there. Look at that volume. Oh, yeah, I would definitely be keeping an eye on Qualcomm. This stock could run. So I like that, QCOM. Going to write that down for a possible long here today. I also like PLNT. So far, PLNT would be the winner. Although I love these big volume spikes like that, I'd want to see follow through on it. NKLA was from yesterday. Take a look at CZR. This is a casino stock. It's up on its high of the day. That's the type of price action I would want to see with the market on its high of the day. It's got that 200-day moving average so close that I don't think there's a lot of upside to it. AYX, that has been a stock that's really dropped hard after earnings. I would not be bottom fishing down here. On a drop like that, it needs to form support over the course of maybe a few weeks, maybe even longer before you can start nibbling. You need to make sure that that support level is intact. Too early to get long that one. And let's see what else we've got. AMAT. Nothing too exciting there. Not bad. Okay, I don't see anything too great in here. Roku, I do kind of like this horizontal support right in here, but as a bearish alert, so I'm going to click on that candle. I'm going to click on that candle. If that line is violated, I want to know about it because then I think that sets up for a good short. That's a nice support level right in there. On the resistance side, you could click on that, click on that. That would give your upper boundary to it. Stock is compressing. On a breakout, I think Roku works either way. Starbucks actually look pretty good. I like this little breakout right in here, and I like the fact that it's above the 200-day moving average right now. It needs to close above that 200-day moving average. If it can, I think it's got a chance to float higher. So Starbucks actually looks pretty good to me as well. And now I'm going to shift gears and I'm going to go to the bearish side. Did you see how easy that was? I've got 3 searches. That's all you really have to lean on. Heavy buying is great on the open. The first half an hour, this list is gold. When the market's pulling back, like right here, drop, 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 then you want to go to relative strength 30. That's going to show you stocks that are strong in the last 30 minutes of trading. When you're looking for momentum throughout the course of the day, bull run is the search you want to use. Don't have 100 stocks to click through, just a few. Flip a few charts, you'll find the best ones. You'll know which ones you want to enter. Then we're going to be watching the 10P indicator to tell us if we want to be long or short. Right now, we've got the 10P indicator trying to make it a little bit higher in here, but you can see that we're hitting resistance 1, 2, 3. Can't say that I would short until that upward sloping trend line is violated, and that has not happened yet. Probably won't happen during this video. So we'll keep an eye on that. And now I'm going to show you a really decent looking short. I'm going to go into the bearish list, and I'm going to look at heavy, heavy selling. And I'm going to go right to the top of the list. ZM, that's been a nice short for me today. I like this on a swing basis. Why? You can see here that we've got a nice rally up here. We have that high, and then we have a lower high. This is a lower high double top. And we have a horizontal support level right here that's being breached right at that 237 price point, and that is being tested right now. 4 red candles closing on their low. This stock is definitely weak. It wants to go lower, but I would not short it right now because we have a very strong market. If the S&P 500 were to roll over, and let's say that all of a sudden, for whatever reason, some news comes out, don't know what it could possibly be, but the S&P is down 40 or 50 points, yes, this is definitely the type of stock that I would be looking to short. It's already telling me that it wants to roll over. It just needs a little help from the market, and then you could get a sustained decline, perhaps down to that 100-day moving average, which takes you all the way down to $200. Could you sell an out of the money bearish call spread? I would use this downward sloping uh, trend line here that comes into play right around the 270 level. I don't know that you'd get a huge credit for that because you are about 32 points out of the money. So I would have to say no, you need a bounce back up here, and then you might be able to consider it as long as the market looks weak. There's a bullish explosion alert for Twitter. Let's see what that is. Still has to get through this resistance, so I'm not overly excited about it right now. But you can see really big spike, big volume, probably a rumor about TikTok. I think Twitter is entering into that bidding war with Microsoft. So I can't say that I would be trading this one right now, but these bullish explosions are golden. They are super, super good when we get them. And that bar, this long green bar, closes on its high and the price level holds and the next green bar opens and not much of that gain is given back, then we know instantly that this is a real deal and the stock wants to go higher. But we also want to see it blowing through horizontal resistance. Blowing through 20-day horizontal resistance would be a key for me. I don't see that on this chart. I need to have it blow right through this $39 price level. If it went zoom right up to $39 and it held, then I would get long because the next bar and the next bar would probably be up to $41 very, very soon. That type of movement and that type of volume through a major resistance level tells me that the sellers have thrown in the towel and that the stock has a chance to move higher. So that's what I look for in these bullish explosion alerts. I know the average 5-minute volume for every increment during the course of the day for every stock. I collect tick data, and when it's accompanied by heavy volume like this, it comes up on the explosion alert. And we make a ton of money on these. We probably have a couple of them that we trade each week. One is all you need. It would pay for a year. So the explosion alerts are fantastic. This one, I wouldn't pay too much attention to, and I don't like it backing off of the high anywhere near that level. You want to see that long green bar and you want to see it closing right there. Then you know you got a good one, especially when it's through the prior day's high. That's all I've got for you today. Although I think you've got some really good picks to look at. Starbucks looks good. Qualcomm looks good. PLNT, they all look good on a daily chart. If you get those stocks closing near the high of the day, and if you get the market closing near the high, then tomorrow it probably will challenge the all-time high. I think you can hang on to it for a swing trade. If you get the market backing off today and breaking this upward sloping trend line, closing near its low of the day, then you got to start looking at some of these tech stocks that are giving up gains. ZM, I think, is going to be one that you want to keep on your radar for the next week or two. In the event that we do get that market pullback, that'll be a stock that looks poised to roll over. Thanks so much. Again, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure to turn on your notifications so that you don't ever miss these videos. Please leave some comments and let me know how I can improve the videos as well. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.